Welcome to English Every Day, your daily dose of tips, lessons, and practice to speak English with confidence.
Emma stood in front of the large university gate and took a deep breath. Today was her first day at university. The campus was much bigger than she imagined. Students were walking everywhere. Some were laughing with friends. Others were checking their phones or carrying heavy bags full of books. Emma held her backpack tightly. She felt nervous, very nervous.
"This place is huge," she whispered to herself. She looked down at the paper in her hand. Building C, Room 204, Introduction to Psychology, 9 a.m. She checked the time. 8:42 a.m. "Okay, I still have time," she said softly. Emma came from a small town, so the city felt loud and fast. Everything here was different. The buildings were taller. The streets were busier. Even the people seemed more confident. As she walked through the campus, she accidentally bumped into someone.
"Oh, I'm so sorry," she said quickly. A tall girl with curly brown hair smiled warmly. "No problem," the girl said. "First day?" Emma laughed nervously. "Is it that obvious?" "A little," the girl said with a smile. "I'm Sarah."
I'm Emma. Nice to meet you. What class are you looking for? Introduction to Psychology, Building C. Sarah's eyes widened. No way. I have the same class. Really? Yeah. Come with me. I was just heading there.
Emma smiled with relief. Thank you so much. As they walked together, Sarah talked easily about the university. The coffee shop here is amazing, Sarah said, and the library is open 24 hours during exams. That sounds scary, Emma joked. Sarah laughed.
"It is." Emma started to relax. Maybe university would not be so bad after all. When they entered Building C, the hallway was already crowded with students. Some people looked confident. Others looked just as nervous as Emma.
Inside the classroom, students were choosing seats carefully. Emma and Sarah sat near the middle. A few minutes later, a man wearing glasses walked into the room carrying a laptop and several books. The room became quiet immediately. "Good morning, everyone," he said. "Welcome to your first year at Westbridge University. My name is Professor Carter." Emma sat up straight. "This course," the professor continued, "is not only about psychology. It is about understanding people, emotions, behavior, and even yourself." Emma listened carefully. For the first time that morning, she felt excited instead of afraid. The professor asked everyone to introduce themselves briefly. One by one, students stood up. "My name is Daniel. I'm from Chicago."
I'm Mia. I love reading and music. I'm Alex. I want to become a therapist. Then it was Emma's turn. Her heart started beating faster. She stood slowly. "Hi, I'm Emma. I'm from a small town near Lakewood. I like drawing and photography."
Her voice shook slightly, but people smiled kindly. "Nice to meet you, Emma," the professor said. She sat down again and exhaled quietly. "You did great," Sarah whispered. Emma smiled. After class, students slowly walked out into the hallway.
"So," Sarah asked, "want to grab coffee?" Emma hesitated for a second. Normally she would say no. Normally she would go home immediately. But today felt different. "Sure," she answered. The campus coffee shop was warm and full of conversations. The smell of coffee filled the air.
Students were studying, laughing, typing on laptops, and talking about classes. Emma looked around carefully. "This feels like a movie," she said. Sarah laughed. "That's exactly what I thought on my first day."
You're a first-year student too?
Yep, I'm just better at pretending to look confident. Emma laughed for the first time that day. At that moment, another student approached their table. Hey, Sarah. A boy wearing headphones smiled at them. This is Jake, Sarah said. We met during orientation. Jake sat down beside them. So, how was everyone's first class? He asked.
I thought I was going to get lost forever, Emma admitted. Jake nodded seriously. I already got lost twice today. All three of them laughed. For the next hour, they talked about classes, hobbies, favorite music, and their fears about university life. Emma slowly realized something important.
Almost everyone was nervous. Even the students who looked confident. Everyone was trying to find their place. Later that afternoon, Emma had another class in a different building. This time, she walked there alone. But she felt different now. Stronger somehow.
As she crossed the campus, she noticed the beautiful trees, the sound of students talking, and the warm sunlight shining between the buildings. The university no longer felt terrifying. It started to feel full of possibilities. After her final class ended, Emma sat alone on a bench outside. The sky was turning orange as the sun slowly began to set. She took out her phone and called her mother. "How was your first day?" her mother asked immediately. Emma smiled softly.
"This morning I wanted to run away." Her mother laughed gently. And now? Emma looked around the campus. Students were still walking everywhere, talking and smiling. Now it felt familiar.
Now it felt alive. It was actually really nice, Emma said. I'm proud of you. Thanks, Mom. After the call ended, Emma stayed on the bench for a moment longer. She thought about the morning version of herself. Nervous, scared, and overwhelmed. And she realized something. Starting something new is always scary.
But sometimes fear disappears the moment you take the first step. Emma stood up, adjusted her backpack, and started walking toward the campus gate. Tomorrow would be another new day, and for the first time in a long time, she was excited for it.
And so our story comes to an end. For today, every great story has a next chapter, and so does your English journey. The words you learned today, they're yours now. Use them. Write with them. Speak with them until our next story. Keep reading, keep listening, and keep learning. See you in the next chapter.